Okay, we're going to look at rounding a number to the nearest 1,110. So if we take a number like 2,674, the first thing you need to know is about what each of these columns mean. So this is the thousands column, the hundreds column, the tens column, and the units column. First thing you need to think about is if you were asked, for example, to round to the nearest 100, you need to look at the next column along and ask yourself, is that a number that is 5 or more? So let's say we were rounding to the nearest 1,000. We need to look at the next column along. That number is 5 or more, so our number is actually nearer to 3,000 than it is to 2,000. If you are asked to round that number to the nearest 100, we look at the next column along from the 100, and that number is 5 or more, so our number is nearer to 2,700 than it is to 2,600. And finally, if you are asked to round to the nearest 10, we look at the next column along, and that 4 is not bigger than 5, and therefore our number is nearer to 2,670 than it is to 2,680. Okay, so we're going to look at this in a slightly different way, where if you were rounding 3,257, so to the nearest 1,000, we think about the hundreds column and we ask ourselves, is this number nearer to 3,000 or 4,000? And 3,200 is nearer to 3,000. Rounding to the nearest 100, we look at the next column along, so 257, is that nearer to 200 or 300? It's nearer to 300, so we get 3,300. And finally, rounding to the nearest 10, we look at the 57 and we ask ourselves about the 7, so is 57 nearer to 50 or 60? So our answer is going to be 3,260.